Hey everybody, you are very welcome to today's video. This is a first impressions video of Vampire Survivors, an early access title which has launched on Steam in the last couple of months and has extremely popular overall positive reviews, almost 100,000 at the time of this recording. Now this is going to be done live, getting my first experiences. I have played 3 matches or rounds or however you want to count them, or pronounce them, or whatever you want to say. I've done 3 rounds. Let's just say rounds. Yeah, we'll go with rounds. We don't have to edit that one out. We'll just keep that in. While I was on stream live, and I will play this from time to time also live on stream, so definitely check that out in the future over on my Twitch/YouTube channel. Absolutely. Now, so what is Vampire Survivors? Vampire Survivors is a very, very basic survival game which pretty much has you up against a horde of various vampire creatures, I guess, like all kind of like things like Frankensteins or werewolves, bats, and all these like horror type creatures that you would have seen in many different type of movies. This is completely pixelated, of course, as well, and pretty much you start off each level, and I'm going to show you as we go on here. You pretty much show off each level with the hope of being able to survive up to 30 minutes. Now, I have not been able to survive up to 30 minutes yet, but we got close. But it is definitely something we are working towards, and we will see. Maybe while I am doing this live first impressions, you might just see that. Who knows? I will be editing some of the gameplay, of course. Now, okay, so let's start off. First, you have a character selection screen. Now, there are a lot more characters than what you see here, ready to be unlocked as time goes on. I only have a small portion of the amount, and in recent patches, from what I could see, they have continued to add more content into the game. Once again, this is an early access title, so there's still lots more to add, and from what I can see, the developers are really looking at the feedback of people over on Steam to, you know, really make this game the best they can, within the confines of, you know, what they're going for. So each character that you see here, for example, they're going to have a different starting attribute. For example, Antonio gains 10% more damage every 10 levels, and going from there. Now, Gennaro is definitely one that I've been trying as well, just because I love the permanent +1 projectile to all weapons. Extremely powerful, so every time you pick up a new weapon that's a projectile, you get a second one. And damage is pretty much the name of the game in this. Yes, there are, you know, defensive and restorative functions that you might have to dip into, but at least right now I found myself really aiming towards the you know, the damage route, because the more things you can kill, the more you get experience and go from there. So on top of that as well, you're going to be able to select multiple new maps, and more maps will come in the future. Now, you will be able to unlock these maps through achievements. Now, achievements are going to be unlocked by completing certain objectives. Now, certain objectives, what could be, for example, if I go into the unlocks, it could be something simple like reach level 5, reach level 10, complete a level, you know, in another level, get to a certain level, or, you know, play a character for a certain amount of time, you know, unlock a certain rank of a different weapon, and you unlock other weapons and things like that. There's lots of different achievements, and there's definitely a lot more on their way. So Gennaro is one of my first characters that I have bought. There's a couple of more here that you can't see yet because I have not bought them. Now, on top of that, with gold, you'll earn that every single map. The amount that you get is going to be completely up to how long you survive, and pretty much a little bit of RNG with drops and stuff like that. Now, on top of that, you're going to have multiple stages, which once again, you will unlock as you get the achievements for as time goes on. Now, each one will have something different to it, different monsters, different little stage things that might be happening. So like in the library, you have creatures that can follow you and blow up, for example. In the forest, you're going to have events where lots of bats might trigger, or else you might get caged in by a group of flowers. I have not tried this one yet. This literally just unlocked as well. But let's go into the first level here. I'm not sure what Hyper is yet. So the gameplay itself is extremely simple, okay? All you need to do is just go and kill well, firstly you're meant to survive, but to do that you're going to have to kill monsters. So anytime a monster might come close to you, you have the option of running away, or fighting them. And the more you fight them, you're going to see like little blue gems that are spawning, little crystal type things. That's experience points, and the more experience you get, the faster you level up. And you keep leveling up, and every time you level up, you'll have a choice of a couple of different new things to help you in your progress. Now, as you go on and you earn more achievements, you're going to unlock different projectiles and other items as well that could spawn on the map, which may have not done previously. You might have noticed this with different games such as other roguelites like Hades, or even Slay the Spire, which I've done a video on in the past. Now, this is a brand new item. I've never seen this before. Pentagram, and it says that it erases everything in sight. Okay. Oh. Okay, so this actually isn't a permanent. I don't think this was a permanent item. Okay, I did not expect that. So the little gold that you saw there, that's literally what it is. Gold is going to be what we need to unlock more characters or unlock power-ups. Now, when the game ends, you're going to keep your gold that you've earned, and you can use that to advance your character in the future. So your weapons are going to continuously unlock and fire, should I say, on a cooldown all the time. You don't have to do anything. All you need to do is just keep running away or facing in a certain a certain direction to hit the monsters. Now, I'm gonna just go with, I love the axe. We're gonna try another axe. So this time I'm gonna have 2 axes. Now, the reason I have 2 axes right off the bat, there we go, there's the axe, for example, is because of Genario's special ability that he has. So now every so often, every couple of seconds, there's going to be axes flying out from Genario, and where it's going to help us really take down these enemies. Now, there's a special bat here, which you can see he has a slight little aura on him. They're a lot harder to kill, and sometimes, from what I can see, is that they actually can drop treasure chests. Now, treasure chests are going to have a lot. Now, they don't always, but they definitely give you some perks if you kill them, like maybe higher experience or something. But treasure chests are going to have a lot of goodies in them, lots of gold, and a potential up to multiple items at a time, which is almost, it's almost as if you've gained multiple levels just from opening a chest. So here we go. Here's a couple of more select choices that we can choose from. So we can have a lightning ring, we can increase the duration of weapon effects if we have them, or character moves at 10%. For now, I'm going to get the character to move at an extra 10%. I wasn't too particularly, impressed by the other choices there. Now, everyone's going to have, what they like, or there might be a tier, people like out there already. Okay, so this pentagram actually just seems to, it must just have a very long cooldown. I have no idea. I don't know what the cooldown on this weapon is, but the fact that it kills everything could be extremely impressive. Now, there is an ability when you level up. Oh, look, here we go. A swarm has just got in there. I just found some HP as well. So the only way to realistically heal yourself outside of some effects that you might get from leveling up, such as regen, is when an enemy or maybe something like a torch will drop some chicken or whatever it is. So I think here, like, you're always going to be thinking, okay, what do I need more of? And that's what I really like about this game. So what am I going to need a little bit more of? Getting an extra 8% more experience sounds pretty good to me. 20% max health could be good, but right now it doesn't really seem that I need it right now. And I don't really have any weapon at the moment, at least, that has some effect. So it's kind of useless to me. So let's just go and see how the extra experience does. Now, since there's going to be more and more different monsters that spawn over time, it starts off really slow, really simple, just getting you into the flow. But eventually the game starts throwing a lot at you. It gives you little bits of breaks, and then it throws more at you again and again. But in that time, you realistically want to be going around collecting as much experience as possible. Now, you can move, as far as I'm pretty much aware, infinitely in any direction you want. The only problem is that if you have items resting in one particular area, you'll have to remember where they are, and that's kind of not really an easy thing to do if you've ran, for 10 minutes in one direction. So what? Oh my god, that is just a crazy ability. I think when this pentagram spawns though, it's not seeming to drop experience, which might be a nasty thing. Like if it's a boss, maybe it might raise the chance of a treasure chest. I'm not too sure. Now this is a new one. The cross aims at the nearest enemy, has boomerang effect, or fires more projectile. Let's go with another axe. I really enjoy the axes. They're really hard hitting, and just you're going to get used to eventually when you play a lot more of the game and you unlock more weapons. You're going to kind of get used to what weapons do what, and you're going to get used to where you should stand, or you might have a certain playstyle that might suit some other weapons over others, etc. So this is definitely a game that you can have a lot of fun with. As you can see now, there's a lot more monsters spawning. These skeletons, various different types of skeletons, some with whips, some with daggers, some with kind of spear-like as well. Oh, and then there's some ghosts just like going through everything just to try and catch me. So it's just, I'm constantly being bombarded. Now you can keep moving around, as I said, in a bit of a circle if you want, and kind of make your own way about it. And that's generally how I like to do it. I like to do a big circle, and then I go back and gather my experience when possible. The fire wand is very strong. I typically enjoy this one, especially when it gets to a higher rank. Now all these weapons and all these abilities, passive abilities and stuff, when you level them up, they will have the chance to have a lot more stats and stuff if you choose to keep collecting them. So if I look over here, just at the top, I'm going to see how many levels have been already collected on each of the weapons or each of the things I have used. So I can see if I look at the axe, which is the third in, I already have 2 levels out of that. So if I can get up to max, maybe I can unlock like an upgrade to it, an upgraded effect. On the side then I'm going to see all the different things that might change the course of my gameplay as well. Now this reduces weapons cooldown by 8%. It sounds really, really good. I'm going to go for that one. Now, once again, all the weapons are on a... Ooh, there we go again. Yeah, it just seems to obliterate everything, but it stops me from getting the experience. So that could be a good choice. It mightn't be a good choice. It's kind of hard to say. It might be able to get me out of a pinch. Now this is a boss character here, this Mantis. At least for now it's a boss anyway. They take a lot longer to kill, but when you kill a boss type character, you're going to get a treasure chest from them. I'm going to go with the knives again, and just see, because now I have 3 knives. Now the knives are completely dependent on the direction you're facing, and I'm just trying to like slowly whittle down this boss. Now as I can see, the game has put in a little bit of a wall of closing in flowers on me. This is just one of the things that can happen during this level. I've seen it before. And here we go, treasure chest time, okay? Now in the treasure chest, you don't know what's going to happen. What you do know is you're going to get at least 1 upgrade. It can be, I think, 3 or 4 maximum, and you're going to get a lot of gold. So it's really good to be able to get these upgrades. Now I think this is some sort of wand. Yeah, it's a wand upgrade. So instead of leveling up, I'm going to get like almost like a free upgrade because I got this. Now, if you're lucky enough, you're going, oh, what am I doing? If you're lucky enough, you might be able to get multiple upgrades at a time. Now, the name of the game is really it's not just damage, but survival. But what I generally focus on is trying to do as much damage in this time. So I really look for things that will increase my damage overall where possible. Having an extra knife come out, that means I have 4 more knives now, and to do a bit more damage as well. That could be a very useful ability. Now, once again, what I was going to mention a moment ago is that everything is on cooldown. So if I take a cooldown reduction, that means I'm going to be able to fire things a lot more often. Now, see these torches here? These could have gold behind them, or other items such as chicken to heal me when I get a little bit hurt. Now, sometimes, you know, you make some stupid mistakes, or you'll get into a position where sometimes, you know, you have to take what is the lesser of two evils, getting hit by the smaller enemy or getting hit by the bigger enemy just to get out of the situation, because they do constantly try to flank you, they do constantly try to surround you and just, you know, box you in so they can take you out. It's very quick to die if you do get hit by multiple enemies at the same time, but you just have to keep going and survive as long as you can. You might have to take some risky moves during this whole process, but you absolutely are free to. And every time that you do die and you have to start all over again, remember, those bats just like moved a lot of the other creatures. Look, they're pushing the creatures out of the way. Okay, got a little bit hurt there with those bats, these little triggers, little events that the game is just spawning in on me, and it's like, oh my god, there's so many bats. Oh, okay, now there's a good example where the pentagram comes in quite nicely. I have another little event now where they're all trying to close in on me again. I'm trying to create some sort of gap. Is there any way for me to get out of this? I don't know. What am I doing? So, you know, you get these little situations where it is really enjoyable. The gameplay is so simple, but that's also the charm of the game, that it is so simple. Anyone can play it. You don't have to have a great knowledge of video games to play a game like that. Anyone, your brother, your sister, or your friend that doesn't even play video games, you can just sit them down and literally be like, play this, try it. I literally got one of my friends to have a go of this morning, and he was already starting to feel addicted. He put it onto his wish list. And the great thing about this game, it's so cheaply priced over on Steam at the moment. For the quality of what you get, it's only I think it was €2.30 at the time. Here's another interesting choice. I've never actually done this clock Lancet before, but let's see. So it gives me a chance to freeze enemies. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. It is doing as I said. It's freezing the enemies just in a little line. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I just need to do my best to keep getting as much experience as I can, because how this game works, from my understanding, is that the time okay, now the pentagram seems to have allowed the experience to spawn. I'm really unsure how this pentagram item is working. So as the game is progressing, as you see, lots of different and new enemies are appearing. Now I'm getting a nice knockback effect from these knives. Ooh, from these daggers or knives that I'm constantly throwing. Oh, that just got knocked back into a very, very nasty way to me. Damn you, game. So, you know, your death can be ensured very, very simply. You know, you just have to be careful of these little triggers that the game likes to do. These swarm of bats, for example. Now, garlic. Oh, the pentagram by 10 seconds? Okay. I don't even know what the cooldown of the pentagram is, but we're going to have garlic. Garlic can be really strong. So garlic allows a little damage cone to stay around your character. Now, this is going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on, and more damage, but it can pretty much nullify effects like this bat swarm. If the bats touch you, they all die from the garlic. and the garlic will constantly pulse damage at anyone who's nearby in your little circle. Now once again, that circle will grow huge eventually. Oh, we have a boss incoming here now. We also have a flower, as I like to call it, a flower power circle just spawning too. Now you don't have to kill the flowers necessarily to get out of the circle. You might be able to find a little gap, but they will despawn after a little bit of time. Okay, this pentagram, although useful, it has just stopped me from getting a treasure chest, and that's disappointing. It is I guess something now I've learned. So I'm just going to go looking around now and find any items, any experience I may have missed. Now these little bag coins here give me 10 gold. So picking up gold is definitely something you want. Like, even if your run is going horrible and it's like you're not getting the items you really want, and, a bit of RNG is involved in these type of games on what you get per level ups, or when you get a treasure chest, do you get maximum? Oh, here comes another event now. Look how many skeletons are coming on my screen. I'm like, come on, give me, I need something to help me here. I need to get through these skeletons. Okay. This is an example. This is an example of where that freeze spell really helped. And I'm going to go for more garlic. So now I can damage people from even further away thanks to this garlic. There's so many skeletons on my screen. So this is where it gets starts to really pick up and get really crazy and fun. This is definitely some of the really fun aspects of this game. You can just see there's so much going on, and I'm only level 13. I really wish I was a bit higher right now, and maybe a couple of different items too, but we're making do with what the game has given us. Oh, and here comes the pentagram and just took everything out, just erased everything from the history books right there. So we are literally being surrounded by these skeletons. So everything is on the timer of the level, from what I know, and you can survive up to 30 minutes. So pretty much the longer you have survived in the level. Ooh, okay. If I eat the spinach, I get 10% extra damage. Nice. And I can also evolve my fire wand potentially by having spinach. Okay, cool. That sounds good to me. Oh, here's some werewolves. So as time goes on, you're going to have lots of harder enemies spawning, and they're going to take more damage to die. So realistically, you want to make sure that you're banking on increasing your damage, increasing how many weapons are firing out, just all different kind of factors that may influence the success that you may have in getting through to the end of the level. And it's not necessarily about surviving 30 minutes. It's definitely a goal, but just being able to get gold and maybe even unlocking a couple of achievements during your run, that's going to be a huge game changer as time goes on, because once again, the gold that you take from each level will help you in allowing you to acquire power-ups in the future to make any other run that much easier, because you're going to start with, let's say, more damage or other cool effects. Okay, now we have swarms of ghosts coming after us. Oh no, this is nasty. Oh damn, I got attacked. Oh, look at that just happened. See what I'm saying? It can get it seemed to be kind of smooth. Okay, look, now we just unlocked at least one achievement. So we just got a brand new character called the Cleric, because I gained a total of 1,000 health. So you have a little statistics here. You can see what abilities done what damage, and you can see if it was good for you. Although the pentagram seems cool, I don't know if I want to continue with that in the future, but there's definitely a tactic. So I talked to you already. So here's our collections of all the different things you can get. So there's still lots of stuff I have not yet figured out. But when you get your gold, you can either choose to buy new characters, like I just got this cleric, and he now can give me, he has 50 plus max health. He gains 0.5 health every second and starts with temporary area bonus. I'm not sure what that is yet. But on top of this, when you get gold, you're going to be able to add points into various different boosts, and these are permanent boosts. Now you can also refund these power-ups at any time, and pretty much you can just keep changing how you want your starting boosts to be. But if you have the gold, and if you're not going to unlock a character right now, it's not a bad idea to try and just spend the gold on just something, just to maybe help the next playthrough. So I have 329 gold right now, and I can see if I buy this slot of health, it's going to cost me 320, but I'm going to get 10% extra max health for the next run through. And once again, if I don't like that anymore, I can come up here, refund all my gold, and put them into where I want again. Now, every time you purchase one of these power-ups, all the other power-ups will increase by a little bit of gold, and that will continue to increase the more and more other power-ups you have got. So for example, this really cool amount perk here fires one more projectile with all weapons. Sounds really good. It's initially 5,000 gold to start with, but since I've just put in a couple of points and various different things just to kind of help me out, it's now 8,500. So what you could realistically do is you can just keep spending in various different areas until you get to, let's say, 5,000, and then buy this first. So that's what I'm kind of thinking in my head. So let's just do something a little bit different. We'll keep with Gennaro, because I do like him. But let's start this time in the library, just to give you a little bit. I'm not too sure. Oh, okay, so this is the new thing that happens in this level. We're going to have exploding enemies. They're going to just chase you until you kill them, because they can explode and do gigantic damage to you. So each level will have its own little thing. It will have different creatures and stuff for you to face. But creatures typically they do the same. Everything more or less does the same thing. They just more or less chase you, and they'll damage you if they get too close to you in melee range. So there's lots of different weapons, lots of different passive abilities that you can get right off the bat in this game. Now, once again, I'm not quite sure what this green means. Maybe it's some sort of item. I know if there is a golden arrow on the screen, it means that there's a chest that spawned, because I probably killed maybe a boss type character off screen. But here, I don't really know. I'm actually not quite sure what the screen is. So it just goes to show, like, that you can keep running, you know, to the far side, pretty much continuously. Now, this little garlic that I have here, it's not going to do much initially yet, but it is very helpful for the very, very weak monsters. If I just play it right, I can just simply tip up against them, just take off a lot of their health as I'm just running around them, and it can kill off a lot of them. My goal right now, and realistically, is to gain as much damage as I can while the timer is nice and low, because as the timer creeps up, it's, you know, there's going to be more and more chaos on the screen. Okay, so we're just going to try and just keep running, find out what this mystery green item arrow is, and just getting some experience while we're doing this. I'm just running into enemies at the moment, and this garlic is pretty much killing them off. I didn't think it was this powerful so early. I'm actually going to increase my garlic by an extra level. Why not? Now look at the circle around my character right now. It's even bigger. Okay, so it's doing even more. So I'm actually able to just run into all these enemies. At least these ones. I'm not too sure about these new ones that spawn. These might be. Oh no, it actually is killing all of these ones. See, this is a really cool way to just kill enemies right now. All these enemies are extremely weak, so it's perfect for my improved garlic. I'm not sure if level 1 garlic might have been able to do this, but this one does, so I'm not complaining. So at least for now, I'm going to have an extremely easy time getting experience, because I can literally just run into monsters. My goal is to run into monsters. I'm like, you know, I'm like a football, just like, come on, let's go. A wrecking ball. I'm literally touching monsters. I'm getting experience right off the bat as I'm killing them. Okay, so I'm just pretty much choosing more and more chaos so I can just kill things off. I'm really looking forward to having some improved fireballs. It's really powerful when they just go the right way for you. And eventually with the ranks, you're going to have items that will pass through more monsters. Ooh. This is a tough one. Let's go for the axes. Once again, I am a bit of a fan of the axes. Maybe that's a bias. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not a good thing. I'm not sure. But so far, okay, I took maybe like a tip of damage there. There's a mummy. This could be a boss type character. Not too sure. He's a bit different from... I'm not too familiar with this level just yet, but he's taking a lot of damage, so I am assuming... Oh, yes, he was a boss character. So let's open up this chest. Let's see how much we get from this chest. Okay, looking nice. Okay, and we got an upgraded axe as well. So that's cool. So now our axe, what does it do? Does it do more damage? Is there an extra one? There's an extra axe. So now I have 3 axes already. Oh, and I got another damage upgrade. Now this rune tracer, it just bounces through all the enemies. And now it's going to go 20% faster and it's going to do a little bit more damage too. So just keep an eye on all the different ranks, what they do. Now every so often you're going to get an item like you can see on the screen right now. I'm not quite sure what it does. I'm not sure what it does, but I'm going to find out soon. But usually these very special items, they'll randomly drop from enemies. A bit of RNG will be involved here. And it could do some really cool things. I think this is a freeze the clock. Yes, so this is a freeze the clock. Now sometimes it might be best just to leave these on the ground just for an occasion where it might get particularly nasty. So there is a lot of little strategies that you will have to employ. Take advantage when certain things drop for you. I'm still trying to make my way over towards whatever the heck this green arrow is. I think we're all there now watching the stream being like, what does the green arrow mean? Or maybe you're watching this right now and you're going, we all know what it means. You just don't know yet. So we'll see, we'll see. So now I'm doing 10% more damage because I'm getting the spinach. I'm getting a bit used to what things mean already. It's very simple, easy to understand, but there's a lot of strategy. I definitely already know there's going to be a lot of strategy involved in the game, such as don't pick up things right away. You know, certain things right away, like don't pick up all the food. Keep the food until you might need it in the future. But the problem is, since I'm constantly moving in one direction, it's going to be very hard for me to go back and pick up certain maybe power-ups that I might have opted to not pick up at that point. So that in itself is a strategy. Now my garlic has just increased in size again. It's really helpful for this early in the level, so that's why I'm constantly picking it up. Some levels maybe it might not be so good. That other level, the first level that we did, it just didn't seem to be quite good just at that moment. But we are getting more fireballs. When you pick up a new upgrade of an item, usually it will signal a second usage of it. Okay, we have another boss here. We're just going to kind of keep next to him. He's constantly getting knocked back by different weapons of mine. But I want to keep him next to me so I can easily take him out and get that chest. And that's what we did just there. So so I'm just cleaning around before I can get a chance to get that chest. Okay, my garlic is doing really nice at the moment. I just decided to go for a little bit more, just a little bit heavier, higher power with that fire wand. Now once again, what are we going to get? Okay, and now we got a nice upgrade there to the fire wand. So with the fire wand, it's getting nice and strong now. It's getting an extra 10 damage. Now you might be looking at this right off the bat and be like, 10 damage? It doesn't really sound like much. Okay, I just got a really cool item there, and it's pretty much going to drag all the experience around me. I'm not sure how far it actually ranges to, but it seems to be collected maybe from the entire level so far. It's just bringing experience from all over the level that I haven't gathered before, and it's giving it to me. So it's a really useful power-up that I just collected there. So I know I'm being a little bit, maybe a bit too silly with my health. I'm kind of running into things, and some of them are getting the odd hit on me. Now, where things get very interesting is when you max up an ability to its max rank, because you might be able to evolve it. Now, there are achievements with a lot of these evolutions. Typically, you get gold. Oh, what is this? Is this the thing? What is this? What is it? I found a weapon. Okay. Okay, so I get... Okay, so in this map, at least, you can find weapons. Oh, there's something here. Is this what the green arrow meant? Okay, it's a relic. Okay. Permanently allows to change music in stage selection. Okay. Oh, what is going on? I don't... Oh, this is strange. What are these fireballs? I don't know what's going on. Are these with me? Oh no! Oh wow! Okay, these are new. Oh, there's actually enemies that can fire at you now. Okay, I thought. Okay, game, you're giving me something a lot different. I'm being frozen. There's something trying to. See that guy just came and exploded on me. Oh wow! Okay, this is getting really nasty. I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable now because of my health. That exploding guy took off a lot of my health there. There's another one coming in, I can see him. I'm trying to keep him pushed back. But these nasty little units over here, they're firing out at me and they are also freezing. So I have to take very good care of my positioning here, and there's the exploding guy trying to catch me as well. Oh, nasty. So sometimes you might just get cut off. You know, maybe it's no fault of your own as such, but you know, just a couple of different enemies spawn, and this is getting a bit nasty. This is a nasty situation. I'm not sure, are these ghosts just like a little trigger event that can happen every so often, or maybe it's because I took the relic or something like that. Okay, we have ghosts now, we've already seen before. Oh, no, don't kill me, don't kill me. I'm too young to die. I really could use some help. I could give me something, please. Give me some love, game. Give me some chicken. I want some chicken. I need that protein. I need the protein to survive. Give me some protein. So this, guys, I hope you're enjoying your first impressions of the game. It's a very easy, like laid-back made video, but it's the best way to experience these type of games, you know? It's like just your first impression. Okay, I finally got to kill... Oh, maybe I didn't kill all of them yet, but I got to kill off some of the really nasty ones. What is that? Ooh! Oh, wow! Okay. And I just got a treasure chest. But that thing just like obliterated everything on the screen. Okay, I'm very impressed now. Stronger axes, but I'm still quite nervous. That that my health is quite low. I am very... Ooh, okay. We have a lot of things coming my way. I just need to try and make my way through here, being very careful, using the garlic to great effect, slightly moving around as well. Oh, okay. Slightly moving around at the same time. I'm trying to get as much of this experience as possible while taking advantage of these ghosts, because the ghosts are very easy to kill. But some of these enemies are a little bit... No. This exploders coming in. So yes, see, it's getting a bit nasty for me. I'm kind of hoping that maybe something will be able to just drop, you know, will just be able to drop something for me. I'm still getting frozen by this creature. This creature's really annoying me. These freezing guys with the beams. But the first time I've seen a creature not just melee attack me, so it's very interesting. Oh, okay. I just got like 2 levels maybe, or maybe that was just a special thing there. But see, look at all this experience that I'm just mounting up in very quick succession here, and look at how many knives I'm throwing out now. The cool thing about the knives, although they might not be the best, they can knock back as well, and this can be... No! I got hit by the oh, I just couldn't. I was really hoping that I'd be able to find something there, but look, I got a new achievement, and that's cool. So pretty much name of the game, normal mode. Let me have a look at something there, because I want to be able to inform everybody quite well. So let's just pick scenario. When I pick... Okay, I can choose different selections, but I can't... Can I choose... What's normal? Hyper. Forsaken. Is hyper like hard mode? Maybe? I'm not quite sure. But it does ask me if I want to go hyper mode on these. I'd imagine hyper mode is maybe a hard mode. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to look that up for people. But I'd imagine since it is a different mode and it's no longer normal, it could be some sort of hard mode. Maybe there's new enemies that spawn in it. But this is, of course, a first impressions. So, you know, I don't know all the knowledge of what the game, you know, holds just yet. But let's try a hyper just for the sake of this video. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, now, okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what it does because the game is telling me. I can get 75% extra move speed and also 50% gold bonus. But I wonder what the catch is. What could the catch to this almost too good of a bonus be? Will we find out? Oh, okay, I'm moving really fast. This is really, wow, this is really, really fast. I'm not going to need any speed boosts when the levels come. But, oh, the enemies look to be quite fast as well. Or are they always this fast? I don't think so. Now, on the top of your screen, you're going to have a little a monster count, death counter as well. I'm going to go for the rune tracer. It's pretty cool. Because it bounces around the place like a little boomerang, kind of ricochet type item. I like the music now. I don't know if it was just the selection or is it because it's hyper mode. So I'm getting 50% extra gold. Now that freeze actually was very interesting. I might actually should have picked that maybe. I know I'm running into things and just getting hit by stuff I should not be getting hit by. I think I'm just getting a little bit impatient, being like, ah, come on. I want like 500 enemies to spawn on me, and then when the 500 enemies spawn on me, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I don't want 500 enemies, why? So yes, getting impatient is not a good thing. Okay, there's like little bats, and also those with big bats, okay. I'm still trying to figure out what's the difference in this hyper mode, outside of the boosts I got, but what happens with the you know, the enemies? I'm not too sure. That's a nice amount of experience from killing that big bat there. So we now have zombies coming in, we have more bats coming in. It's really cool. So, you know, this is a really it is a nice fun game. You can definitely get a lot of enjoyment. I can see why streamers, also, you know, streamers such as myself play this game. It can be fun, especially with the reactions. Like, you're getting my reactions, how I would react on the stream. So you can imagine there is a lot of fun, and obviously when you have the community watching as well, you know, they'll be helping you, especially in the initial stages. They'll be helping you with your selections, especially people who play this game quite a lot. They're very knowledgeable. I've leaned on those reliable people. Oh my god. Okay, things are moving faster. Okay, I move faster, but so do things, because look at those bat swarms. It's just, this is hyper. This is hyperdrive, hyperspace. It's bringing everything up like a notch. It's like, okay, is our game too slow for you? Okay, well, here you go. So I'm really interested now what the next mode is. I guess you unlock that by playing just a certain amount. I do not like this particular ability. It's too random. The birds just well, kind of randomly shoot everywhere. Now the lightning, I only tried it once. It seems to be okay. It's just random lightning strikes on people. I'm doing really bad in this level. I'm literally running into everything and dying. So I have to stop being like this, or else I'm not going to get very far in the rest of this level. But I really was you know, happy in the previous level. But as you can see, guys, I made progress. Even if I only survived like about 10 or so minutes in the last level, I made progress because I unlocked a new achievement. And that's what you're kind of wanting, you know? So we're going to have a lot of these skeletons spawning now. I remember this in our first match of what's going on. We'll see now what my weapons selection will do. If it's kind of good, you know, if it's kind of good. Okay, let's get a little bit of health back every second. It's very small at the moment, but it will pick up eventually to one health a second. Now that might not mean much, but it does. It really does, because 30 seconds equals 1 food. And you know, You won't always be able to get that food. But at least if you're getting a permanent health back, it's not bad. It's a nice regen effect. So I would have preferred, though, of course, that the game didn't give me this, and it decided to give me, you know, something nicer. Some other weapons that I might actually enjoy. So I'm not particularly thrilled with the selection that's happening right now. Some people might be watching this and being like, okay, I love this selection. It's like you're really onto something here. There's a really cool build around this. You just need to, you know, get used to it. But that's the thing, you're playing with a bit of RNG, so you know it is a game that requires you to just think on your feet. You won't always be able to get what you want. Kind of like Slay the Spire, that when you're going through each level, you might have a certain build that you might like to play on a particular character. If you want to know more about Slay the Spire, please go and watch my video on it. But with Slay the Spire, realistically, you might have a build that you might love to play, but you might just not be getting the cards that you kind of need to make that build realistically work. Okay, we finally got our fire wand again. So I hope you're enjoying this first impressions. So and this hyper mode is definitely a bit more chaotic, but once again, you get an increase, but so do they. You know, the reward here and the risk, it could be worth it because you're getting like 50% extra gold. Okay, we have a boss coming here as well. I could really use a treasure chest. It would be great if I could get it on this first impressions to show you if I don't die. It would be really great to get on this first impressions a look at, you know, a big chest to spawn. Big meaning, okay, I'm being really caged in by these flowers. Don't get much to move. Okay, we got this gone. If I can get, yay, okay, let's get to that chest as soon as it is a little bit safe. Oh, can I get 3? Oh, I was really hoping that I'd be able to show you what, you know, maybe getting 3 items at a time, but it is just RNG. But look, I got a lot of gold here. That's good. I'm happy with that. And again, a little knife upgrade, so it's something. So yeah, now on top of this as well, you're going to, the experience points will change from blue. They'll sometimes be green, which indicates pretty much just more experience points. And on top of that as well, you're going to be able to get, I'm getting just levels, just nice and fast here, because it's just pulling things from everywhere. Now these things could be really good just to wait for a while with, because this is my clock that freezes everything. So you'll be able to get the experience from blue, which is pretty much your standard amount of experience. Oh, I kind of got a bit too close there. And then green, which is more experience, and then red, which is I think the max experience you can get from these gems. So keeping an eye on, you know, different colors of gems that can drop just to get, you know, your experience up can be very, very good. So I'm just, you know, surviving. Now I am getting a little bit of health back. I can slowly, very, very slowly, if I pay attention to my health bar, it is slowly improving thanks to this little passive regen effect that I have. Until I get hit again because I'm stupid. Help me, food, I need more chickens. Now, you know, you might have to run for a long time to get lots of chicken. Maybe it is easier than I'm, you know, in some ways, but I'm just making it harder for myself. But yes, so there is a lot of RNG involved, but that is part of the fun, because no 2 runs are ever going to be the same. And that's why you gotta love these games, because although it is repetitive on the basics of what you need to do, you're going to have a lot of fun just doing it. It's such kind of mindless fun. It's just so easy. It doesn't take too much brain power. And you're always going to have those moments where, ooh, will I choose this? But ooh, if I choose this, but I need this. Especially when it comes to the power-up selection every level. So the faster you get your level, oh my god, what am I doing? The faster you get your levels, people, that's realistically what you want to focus on. But my kind of advice, at least from just this, you know, early impression, is just getting different weapons and powering up those weapons and focusing on the damage is what you realistically want to focus on where possible. Items like spinach, cooldown reductions are vital as well. so your weapons fire out faster. Now, once again, remember that weapons do fire on their own, you know, their own timer. You have no really say in the weapons. So now I just got some more spinach, and if you ever need to pause it because you need to take a moment to break, you know, you can do that, and you'll be able to then just see, okay, where am I right now? Okay, what do I need to kind of focus on? Oh, what did I just get there again? And you can just, you know, ask yourself those little questions. So we are trying to survive. There's so much, and we have more. Now I know that I'm aware that there's going to be lots of bats flying around again. Now once again, those bats, not only are they a bit nasty on their own, but oh, okay, now that bat has finally gave me a treasure chest. I don't always drop treasure chests, as we saw before, but I'm just making my way in towards this treasure chest. Still, unfortunately, the game isn't liking me enough to give me lots of power-ups in a row, but at least I'm getting some good gold. And you know, each of these treasure chests, it's like an effective extra level. And I got a huge amount of experience just there, right away, because thanks to my lovely, to the gem that I picked up from that nasty bat. Now this one is another nasty bat. I don't know, is this a boss? I'm never really sure of these bosses. Sometimes I just have to like really pay attention and be like, is that a boss or not? I'm not too sure. But if it drops a chest, then there's a good possibility it is a boss. And I'll know that for the future. But keep playing the game. You'll learn all the little intricate details to it. Running up. Now there's a lot. Now see these bats? They're very tanky. They're taking a lot of damage to take down. But I'm not in a position either that I'm doing gigantic damage as much as I realistically would like to be doing. But that's just the selection that the game has given me as well with some of this. But when you get to become, you know, really, you know, self-efficient, I guess, with this game, you just kind of know everything, you know, it will be easier. And I'm sure there's people out there already who have like a tier list of what you should get, the best thing for this, the best thing for this character, yada 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 yada. You know, there will be people out there who will do all that theory crafting. Now you can escape, as you saw there. You can escape from those flowers. It is probably best to do it where possible, because there's no really point in killing those flowers. It's not really important. Now this could be a nice one for me, because it's going to blow up everything. And I just got 2 treasure chests back to back. This is really cool to see. 2 bosses on the screen, maybe even 3 bosses just died. Okay, we got a little wand upgrade, like maybe 2 or 3 boosts here. Now I can't see what's that a treasure chest. There's at least 1 treasure chest. Unfortunately, the game still doesn't like me. Doesn't like me still, guys. Okay, but I'm getting good gold. So even though this run might not be exactly great in terms of the, you know, the weapons that I might prefer to get already, it is, you know, it is going really well in that I'm getting a lot of gold, and that's going to stick to me. So no matter, even if you find yourself dying at 5 minutes all the time, you're not really making much progress. All those 5 minutes will add up eventually with all the gold you're making, and eventually that 5 minutes will turn into something, you know, more fruitful for you. So I am feeling a bit more powerful now. Just still doing my best to get as much of this experience as possible. And here comes our lovely swarm of skeletons. It's times like this I wish I had the garlic. The garlic would be absolutely decimating everything around me. Oh, now this is a nasty combination. The bats also coming in, pushing the skeletons toward me. That could be a very lethal ambush. But thankfully, that is not seeming to be the case just yet here. So Gennario, the character that I've chosen on each of these levels so far for you, he's a really good starting character just because of this additional effect of getting that extra weapon. You can already see like the effect that everything has an extra weapon attached to it. So you're going to have 1 more than normal, and that's great. Even at max level, you're going to have 1 more than normal. And when you unlock the biggest and best type of stuff, you know, you're going to be very thankful that you have 1 extra weapon Now, you know, it is good to try different characters as well, because you will be able to get the achievements with those characters, and which will unlock new achievements and new characters as well. So that's how the game encourages you to try different characters. You might have your favorite, but it is good to keep trying different ones. And I have tried 3 of the characters so far. So it's definitely not everything, because there's definitely more characters out there. Many which we have not yet seen. Okay, this is a good chance to get my... Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, okay. Whoa, okay, what the hell's happening here? Okay, game, calm down a little bit. No, okay, keep flashing me, goodness. Like, oh, what? I don't know what's happening. I'm getting all these levels. Did I pick up something like insane? I have no idea. But I am quite happy. My knives are also a full. My rune tracer weapon almost as well. I'm level 28 there. I'm not quite sure what happened. I did pick up a red gem, but I didn't think it must have been a lot more experience than I thought. Normally they're not that much, at least. You know, they're not enough that will give you multiple levels. Or maybe I triggered something that just allowed it. You know, I'm still learning. You know, some of the ins and outs of this game. So now I'm really starting to feel nice and powerful, but there are a couple more things I would like. Okay, we have ghost swarms coming in, which can be, once again, nasty. Because there's lots, you know... Oh! I have to be very careful of where I'm running with these werewolves. No! And there we have it, guys. That is it. But we got a candelabra now. Because we got the Santa water up. So it is good to try different weapons, because you're going to get different achievements. So, what do you think? I hope it is a game that you might be interested in the future. I got a lot of extra gold there now, which I can now use on various different cooldowns and stuff. If I want to refund them, I can see I'm getting closer to this 5,000 gold that I want just to start this one off. That's my current goal. And we'll just have to see how it goes with time, you know. But this is, I'm really happy right now. This is a fun game. It really is a fun game. I highly recommend it. Even this greed right here gives me, you know, getting extra coins. It's just all this little stuff. It will keep helping the replay value. This is such an easy game to play, such high replay value, and I hope you enjoyed this first impressions. Albeit long, but it's definitely just me sitting down, talking to you, showing you direct gameplay, just like I would be doing on stream, and explaining as much that I know. And obviously I don't know everything, because I'm like, what the hell does this thing? It's that this do, is this. But you get the idea. But if you want to spend €2.30 or whatever your currency is, it's maybe about $3 or something like that. This could be a game that you might want to wishlist on Steam. Once again, it is an early access game, Vampire Survivors, just like you see on the screen there. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. And in case I don't see you, my lovely, lovely unicorns, my vampire slaying, my vampire surviving unicorns, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Jamie out. Take care.